Friends, in last video we have discussed about the circulatory system in humans, and there are two topics remaining: heartbeat and pulse. Let me discuss about this. Heartbeat. What is heartbeat? You know that uh, as in the left part of heart, blood comes and uh, and then after from the auricle, blood goes into ventricle, and from ventricle goes into aorta. So here heartbeat is formed. Beat means a type of noise that is generated during the time of contraction of heart. So heart contracts at two times, at the when blood completely filled in this auricle part, and then this auricle contract, and because of this contraction this valve open. At this time heart contract, and second time when ventricle is filled with blood completely, then and then because of the contraction of the ventricle a sound is produced. So here two type of sound produced. First is because of the contraction of auricle, and second because of the contraction of ventricle. So this sound is we call beat. Beat means the sound that is produced by the heart because of the contraction of its part, such as auricle and ventricle. Because of auricle and ventricle's contraction, beat is produced, that we call heartbeat. So one complete rhythmic contraction of the heart followed by its relaxation is called a heartbeat. So students, you know that that as the auricle and ventricle receiving the blood, at the time of the receiving blood they remain in the relaxed condition. So one complete rhythmic means the movement or the sound that is repeated at regular intervals, forming a regular pattern of creating a sound, that we call rhythmic. So the one complete rhythmic contraction of the heart followed by its relaxation, because heart also remain in relaxation condition. Heart's part remains in relaxation condition when they receiving the blood, and after receiving they contract, and heart contracts, and at the left part of the heart it contracts at a two time. At first time when auricle contracts, and the second time when ventricle contracts. So one complete rhythmic contraction of the heart followed by its relaxation is called a heartbeat. Next is heart rate, the number of heartbeat per minute. And we can conclude the meaning of heartbeat: the sound that created by the heart because of its contraction. That sound we called heartbeat. So the number of heartbeat that is created by heart in 1 minute and in per minute, that we call heart rate. The number of heartbeat per minute is called the heart rate. The average heartbeat of an adult person while resting is 72 to 80 times per minute. It means that person's heart produced beat 72 to 80 beats is produced by heart in 1 minute. And next is, when we do any physical activities like running, cycling, our heartbeat becomes faster. Why is it become faster? Because at the time of running and cycling we need extra energy, because our energy is being utilized to doing physical activities, and in that condition heartbeat become faster to fulfill the extra energy demand by our body. So this is because at such times the body cells need more oxygen, because if we get more oxygen in that condition we get energy. So body cells need more oxygen to release more energy, because energy is required by our body when we doing physical exercise. Through respiration, you know, through respiration process oxygen is utilized by the food and we get energy. So, and that food is present in our body cells, and if we get oxygen, extra oxygen by the heart, if the heartbeat become faster, it means more oxygen is supplied by our blood, and more oxygen by supplied our blood, it means more energy we get. So to supply more oxygen the blood flows faster, you know, and you know that oxygen is dissolved in blood, and through the blood oxygen is supplied from one part to another part and whole over the body. And students, next is pulse. What is pulse? The throbbing sensation. Throbbing means to beat strongly. The sound that is created very strongly, that sound we call throbbing. Uh, and how is sound created? Because and when any movement occurs in something, in that condition sound is produced. So the throbbing sensation means throbbing means to beat strongly, and the sound that is created very strongly, that we call throbbing. The throbbing sensation due to flow of blood under pressure in your arteries is called a pulse. And pulse, we can find out our pulse by using middle finger and index finger. If we put under some pressure these two fingers at our wrist, then we feel some throbbing sensation because of blood here flow under pressure in our arteries that present under a deep, that arteries present at a very deep under our skin, and because of the flowing blood under pressure, this sensation, the sound that is created by the flowing the blood under pressure, that sound we call throbbing. So throbbing sensation we feel by putting these two fingers, and that we call pulse. So next is pulse rate. What is pulse rate? The number of beats per minute. So the number of beats per minute is called the pulse rate. That how many times of beat we feel at in 1 minute, that we call pulse rate. And beat means throbbing sensation that we feel under the that we feel by putting our these two fingers over the skin of our wrist. And so for a normal healthy person, it is between 72 to 80 beats per minute. Okay, so I hope you have understood this very well. Thank you.